Okay, so we're back. It's Town Board meeting August 9th. This is, close it out. This is the action calendar over here, part 2. The action calendar, I'm going to open that up.
16, which concerns William Street. So what I would like, 16,
Starts
which
right there.
concerns William Street. So what I would like to do, and hopefully we can do this, is bring that on for a vote now so that the residents basically are free to go. They'll have a resolution, as will the we'll call Ed's team for the moment, the Northrop DEC team, and everybody will have their answer and be free to go. 432 and 434, I don't anticipate any problems with, so they're really not in controversy. So by resolving 433, I think that everybody can finish up their day here at Town Hall. So is there a way for me to do that?
So moved.
Second.
All right, so go ahead.
Motion was made by Council Muscarella, second by Council Mackinac.
All right, before we call for the vote, there's a motion to table. It's subject, obviously, to the vote of the board. I think I've already expressed my feelings. We're going to hear from everybody else now. There's a motion to table Resolution 433. And again, I will say it if I didn't make it clear the last time. From my perspective, this is the right thing to do. It enables the town board to get its arms around all of what we heard this morning. And in addition, I don't mind saying, it gives us an opportunity to see if there are any other ways that I'd like to hear from. We have some pretty talented people in the town. I'd like to hear from them as to what their views are. And I think we would table it until the next town board meeting, not indefinitely, but to the next town board meeting, and we'll see where we are at that point. So, am I making it clear to everybody? Okay, I see heads nodding, so I'll assume that's good enough. So then, Mr. Altadon, if you would call for the vote.
Sure. Supervisor Vendetta?
I vote aye.
Councilman Muscarella?
Aye.
Councilman Mackinac?
Aye.
Councilman Cashingano?
Aye.
Councilman Pinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lesia?
Aye.
Councilwoman Johnson?
Aye.
Motion to table Resolution 433 passes with 7.
Okay, so there you have it, and I thank you all very much for participating in town government this morning.
The residents, should they stay in touch with John Ellsworth?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, you can coordinate that. What the council is suggesting is, so we're not back here in 30 days all looking at each other and saying, what are we here for? Let's stay on top of this thing, because you heard the state's attitude, the DEC's attitude, and you heard from Northrop, they are, they're putting the pedal to the metal, as the saying goes. They want to do this promptly. We certainly don't want to be viewed as impeding them, but on the other hand, if we have a justification for not approving it, we got to resolve that issue too. So what I would suggest is, John Ellsworth, where are you, John Ellsworth? You all know John, I'm sure. If we can open up the lines of communication between the residents and Mr. Ellsworth on a, whatever it takes, a daily, week in, week out basis, we would like that to happen. So if you want to have a point person reach out to Mr. Ellsworth, or you want to collectively reach out as a group, would you want him to contact you as things progress? But before we go, can you set up those lines of communication? Okay? So John, maybe you can, as the residents exit, maybe you can go with them and work.
I've been in communication with Mr. Cannon. So,
With John? Okay. Is everybody good with that? You all communicate that well? Okay. Then that's the way we'll do it. John Cannon to John Ellsworth, Air Johns. Sure.
John, do you have Diane's contact information?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're always in regular contact with him. Well, however you want to do that, same proviso. Okay. All right, very good. I thank you all so much. It's a difficult issue, but we'll get there. Thank you. All right, Mr. Altadonna, we're back to you for, oh no, wait a minute, we have speakers, hold on.
You have speakers on 425, 429, 430, 436, and 437.
Okay, let me unravel all this. All right, let's, 425, 429. All right, Paul Molinari, I'll tell you what, let's take a minute, let everybody clear the room. Okay, Paul Molinari, we'll start with Paul.
Take a bath.
She's speaking on something.
Paul's got 4, 25, 29, and 30. Let's catch up to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Supervisor and board members.
Good afternoon, yeah. Is it?
You have a real tough decision to make. I know.
It's different, you know, Paul, on the one hand, we don't have that pen. We don't want to be perceived as standing in the way of a very obvious problem. On the other hand, we do have to be concerned about, you know.
The Superfund
The welfare.
program is not an easy program to get your hands around.
Yeah. Okay, what do you got, Paul?
So I feel kind of, bringing up these issues that I am insignificant right now, considering all the discussion that's been going on with the growing plants and the monitoring wells and the remediation wells. But 425 and 429 are two resolutions for preparation for bids, specifications for sidewalk concrete. I'm just saying, I read the two resolutions, I don't understand what's the difference between the two of them. So I'm just
I'll try to help you, but we probably have people here who can do it better than I can. But I'll just give it, let me paint it with a broad brush. If you recall, we're in the process of altering, modifying, or whatever, our sidewalk replacement program.
Yes.
Okay. And I believe the two resos, which haven't committed the entire calendar to memory yet, but I think what we're doing here is, in one instance, I don't know which is which, but in one instance, we now have the question of how do you treat the backlog. Thank you, Tony. The backlog. And on the other hand, what are we going to do going prospectively? So I think what we've decided to do, and what these two resos reflect, is we're going to going backwards. We're going to go site specific now with respect to whatever is in the pipeline.
Okay.
Going forward, now that is to be determined, because I think we have to wait till we see the responses, the bids come in, and then we will have the plan going forward with the new matters.
429 is to the retrospect for the homeowners who've had.
Someone want to separate it for me, make it easier.
425 has to do with everything that's in the pipeline.
Pipeline, right.
So basically, the bid will include all the locations for everything that's in the pipeline.
Okay.
Going forward, we don't have a history or any way to know what the need is going to be, so it's going to be a general requirement contract for only those people who are put on notice and don't do it.
Okay.
That's why we don't do that.
I understand. Thank you.
And the cost of that will be determined in the bid, obviously.
Excuse me. 430 is a resolution for a settlement of a penalty. And I when I read this, I was in disbelief that the town was in violation, because this is basic monitoring and record keeping that you're being cited for. So my question is really, I'm not opposing the settlement or anything, but what process or methods is the town implementing so this does not occur again?
Yeah, I believe that's been taken care of. By the way, there were no other deficiencies other than the lack of monitoring, for lack of a better word. Can someone address what anybody there who can address what we put? Leslie, can you help us? Deputy Commissioner Macaron, can you help us?
The Division of Central Vehicle Maintenance. This was a penalty having to do with a printout of a computer program for the testing or the monitoring of the underground storage tanks. There were no leaks. It was an oversight by that division in that one garage. We have several locations throughout the town. The monitoring was taking place. It just wasn't done at that one location at Lake Avenue. And they've addressed the issue, and this will finalize the settlement with the EPA, and then they'll move forward.
I don't want to put you on the spot. If you don't know, that's fine. Maybe you get an answer. Do you know what they've done to address it other than pay attention? Is that basically it?
I don't know exactly what things they put in place to monitor it, but I think the system is back up and running. They know what they have to do, and Mike Cipriano is aware and is
Okay.
So you're basically saying you have a computer system that reminds you of when you're supposed to do your monitoring, and that system was down.
That's what it sounds like. So we're speculating, but that's what it sounds like. Bottom line is there were no substantive issues,
Yeah.
just
I know, that's why I said those are the least type of violations that you should have, monitoring and record keeping.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right, there you go, Paul, thanks. Okay, now this is public comment, what do I do with my results? Lynn is gone, right? Lynn left?
Yes.
Okay, Bob Fryer, Bob, and then Larry, I got you and Bob. I'm sorry, Bob is on,
So I first had some,
let me just tell the board, they've asked a question, hold on. I got 419, 420, TF 4-16, and CF-16.
right.
Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. I'll start with the transfer of funds. And it's not in this backup, but it's on more, there's more detail in the backup that's online. Who in the town gets a chair for $650?
Get to what?
A chair for $650.
I don't really have the backup here. Has anybody got anything handy? Is that?
In the memo, it describes a chair that's not in budget to replace a broken chair for $650.
All right, can somebody, I want to try to make a call and find out? Okay. We'll get an answer for you. We're going to have to make a call and find out.
Okay. Then it kind of goes on to some other transfers.
The same one? The same one?
Yeah, exactly. There's labeled 2A, 2B, 2A, 2B. The first 2A is the $650 chair.
Okay.
Okay. Then it also talks about $125K for outside repairs, and I guess that's being offset by a decrease of $125K, and correct me if I'm wrong, in diesel fuel requirements.
Yes, you're right.
How do you know that you're going to use $125,000 less in diesel fuel this year?
Actually, that's a judgment which is made by the department and verified through the controller, so I don't know how else to answer your question except for...
It could be our estimated fuel costs were higher with the
Well,
cost
no,
of fuel.
but you don't know that. We don't know what the reasoning was.
Yeah.
That could be. That's an obvious
I
reason,
would
but...
suspect they looked at last year's usage
Right.
and saw where they are this year at the same time as last year in determination that they needed to make an adjustment in their department's budget.
It's a judgment call.
Okay. The next 2A listed was $165,000 from IT maintenance to IT professional services. What kind of professional services in IT are you getting, and which firm is providing those professional services, IT professional services?
You gotta bear with us. I don't know even know what we're looking at. What are you looking at?
On the same part of the same, it's also listed as 2A on the same transfer of funds
Is
resolution.
Bob here? Oh, that's right, Bob. Of course Bob is not here. What about Rob D'Arienzo? What about Rob Is Rob, can you get Rob? Get Rob D'Arienzo? What's your question again? I'm sorry.
My question was the $165K that's being taken away from IT maintenance,
Right.
And put into IT professional services. So what are the professional services that are needed? Who is the firm that's
Rendering them? Okay.
performing them? And also, if you're taking it away from maintenance, what potential equipment or technology that is there anything that's going to not have a maintenance contract associated with it or something?
Okay, we'll do the best we can. We'll try to find out.
All right, I'll keep going until
Yeah,
they
go
come in,
ahead.
okay. Then also, the next one also listed as 2B was $150,000 that's being taken away from light, power, and water to $150K for telephone expenses. So wondering what that was.
Where are the other ones? I'll try to get Chris.
Okay. But, hey, Rob, can you help us out with some of the transfers that are on today, transfer funds that are on today? We have IT maintenance, $165,000 going over to professional services.
Okay, that transfer, I'm sure, was prepared by the controller's office, so I can't speak to the exact specifics of which firm it's associated with, but if my understanding that it's simply a reclassifying of expenses that were incorrectly charged to a certain account. Incorrectly charged to IT maintenance, that should have been charged to IT professional services all along.
Oh, okay, so going forward, it's not for additional services, or?
Correct.
Okay.
So you just reclassified.
So you're adjusting, it's an adjustment, we call it an adjustment in common terms for us lay people. Okay, very good, stick around, because I think we have another one too.
There was also a question about the telephone, the switching from light, power, water to 150,000 in telephone. And what was that? Was that a misclassification as well, or?
We don't know. Rob?
That's the Department of General Services, so
Yep.
I can't speak to all of the needs for telephone. It's my understanding that there was an employee that was displaced earlier this year, and they were required to do additional consulting work through that telephone line.
$165,000?
150.
You're right, sorry.
That along with, I believe there was a new maintenance contract on our telephone equipment.
Are we talking about the same employee?
We're talking about an employee for part of it, and a new maintenance contract for our telephone equipment for another portion of it. The Department of General Services will be able to tell you better.
Well, then we'll need someone to tell us. Maybe you can go get an answer for us?
And also the $650 chair.
Yeah, that they're working on.
Right, okay. Then I also, done with the transfers, 419, 419,
Who's got them there?
and
419.
419, which refers to 4699 Merrick Road, and then the next one, which refers to 4 Carnet Lane. In the backup, there is a memo, there are a few memos, but regarding these properties, but one is dated January 27th of this year. The other one is dated March 9th, then that was for Merrick Road. And then for Carnet Road, there's a memo dated February 23rd. All those memos are written to the attention of Fred Ippolito. This is after the fact that he was convicted of a felony in all these dates.
Okay.
And so is that just a mistake? And
Well, clearly he wasn't the commissioner, so I guess it was a mistake.
okay. That's it then.
Which memos are you talking about?
419 and 420.
Yeah, clearly it was a mistake. I don't know why they would have done that. That was clearly a mistake.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
So if you could just get me that other
we'll
information.
get the other information about the chair for you.
All right. Get the $100 chair if you need any help with that.
What's that?
I'm happy to help getting you a $100 chair.
Well, you don't know what it's for. I think you might be embarrassed to find out it might have something to do with special needs or something. So I'd be a little bit careful with that. No, I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate your humor, but sometimes it can be misguided. Larry Sklar?
Good morning. I had a question on 436, where they're asking for special use for 1,950 square foot fast food restaurant. Is that part of Chick-fil-A, or is that another part of the mall?
I believe that's going to be the Starbucks.
Yeah, it is, Starbucks.
Oh, and where is that going to be?
Calendar, yeah.
'Cause it's very hazy. It doesn't say where or any place. That'd be great over there with Starbucks.
I'm sure the backup will
But it
have.
says with a game room. Starbucks doesn't have a game room, unless it's something new.
If it's the game room, then it's the other one, the red one, whatever it is. No, Starbucks, 436 is
Yeah, it's
Starbucks.
Starbucks, yes.
Okay.
It's Starbucks.
I have another question.
By the way, I went to a Chick-fil-A finally.
You what?
I was down in Maryland.
Yeah, no, because there's an environmental study. Chick-fil-A, the building's almost finished.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Be a little late for a study.
I don't like chicken, so,
I
but
like this house.
I will tell you, my wife and my son loved it, absolutely loved it.
Shub, I have a second question about this mall, okay?
Yeah.
It seems that every 5 weeks, there's a carnival in the southwest parking lot.
Uh-huh.
And never with the sponsor. Always just the amusement company. Isn't there a town rule that some organization has to sponsor a carnival?
There are a lot of rules. You know, I don't know how to do this without getting myself in trouble, but I'll try. There are a lot of rules surrounding the placement of carnivals, I think virtually in all municipalities, not just the town of Oyster Bay. Permitting requirements, and they actually need permission to do it, and then inspections have to occur, heaven forbid, if something. But the problem is, they appear out of nowhere on, a Thursday night, and by the time you can even marshal your forces to even communicate with them, they're gone. So it's been an elusive problem for a very, very long time. What you're finding is how frequently are these things occurring? Because we can go to the mall ahead of time and say, guys, work with us.
Okay, we'll catch this one. I mean, it's every 5 weeks, and
So it's the same.
and the only name is the amusement company's name.
Is it the same one?
Yeah,
It is? All right, we'll...
I think so.
I got the message.
We'll find it, thank you.
All right, thanks, Larry. All right, Mr. Altadano, I think we're back to the call of the action calendar.
On the vote, we're going to vote on 414 through 437, noting that 433 was tabled. Okay, on the vote, Supervisor Venditto?
We're voting on the entire calendar except for 433, which has been tabled.
433, which was tabled, yes.
Vote aye.
Councilman Muscarella?
Aye.
Councilman McEnroe?
Aye.
Councilman Cashingano?
Aye.
Councilman Pinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Alessia?
Aye.
Councilwoman Johnson?
Aye.
Motion to adopt Resolution 414, 2016 through 437, 2016, noting that 433 was tabled, passes with 7 ayes. We have 2 more. May I have a motion to remove Resolution number 370, 2016 from the table, which was tabled on July 12, 2016. On the motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Muscarella, second by Councilman McEnroe. On the vote, Supervisor Venditto?
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella?
Aye.
Councilman McEnroe?
Aye.
Councilman Cashingano?
Aye.
Councilman Pinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Alessia?
Aye.
Councilwoman Johnson?
Aye.
Motion to remove Resolution number 370, 2016 from the table passes with 7 ayes. May I have a motion to adopt Resolution number 370, 2016? On the motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Muscarella, second by Councilman McEnroe. On the vote, Supervisor Venditto?
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella?
Aye.
Councilman McEnroe?
Aye.
Councilman Cashingano?
Aye.
Councilman Pinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Alessia?
Aye.
Councilwoman Johnson?
Aye.
Motion to adopt Resolution 370, 2016 passes with 7 ayes. May I have a motion to suspend the rules and add Resolution number 438, 2016? On the motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Muscarella, seconded by Councilman McEnroe. On the vote, Supervisor Venditto?
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella?
Aye.
Councilman McEnroe?
Aye.
Councilman Cashingano?
Aye.
Councilman Pinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Alessia?
Aye.
Councilwoman Johnson?
I would add that, I know that the residents of Gwinnett would be very happy to hear about this.
Motion to suspend the rules and add Resolution number 438, 2016 passes with 7 ayes. May I have a motion to adopt Resolution number 438, 2016? On the motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Muscarella, second by Councilman McEnroe. On the vote, Supervisor Venditto?
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella?
Aye.
Councilman McEnroe?
Aye, and let me add that I want to thank Department of Public Works for their assistance and all the board members for trying to get this passed and getting it through, and thank you to the residents for trying to be patient.
Councilman Cashingano?
Aye.
Councilman Pinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Alessia?
Aye.
Councilwoman Johnson?
Aye.
Motion to adopt Resolution number 438, 2016 passes with 7 ayes. Your calendar is complete.
Thank you, Mr. Altadano. Mr. Muscarella?
Supervisor, I make a motion that this town board go into executive session to discuss matters leading to the appointment, employment, or promotion of a particular persons.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. And we're off to executive session.
Thank you. What? It's hit or miss. It's just the way it is, man. At least you have a cold. At least you have a cold wind. It's like, I'd say about a half an hour, 45 minutes. No, go for an hour. Go out. You got, no, go half an hour.
All right, so that's the end of that portion. I'm going to open up what they call public comment next. And I'll be closing this video and then starting again.